I'm hearing DJ versus Poison noises. Alright, good enough. Alright, we're not watching that round 1 again. Fuck that. Look at that. That sweep. That's kind of good. So I think about Poison's fireballs. It's a lot of low-profile attacks that go under fireballs don't actually go under Poison. Also, the fireball recovery, there's a huge dissonance in fireball recovery. A lot of stuff that goes through fireballs. Ooh, that's a big punish. I don't know who this DJ is. I don't know who the Poison is. Poison is not charged. Her motions are all very simple. She is like a DP and then 3/4 circles. She got the fireball, got the flip kick, got the Rekka, then got a DP. It's a really cool little moveset actually. The DP looks like it hits on both sides, but it doesn't. It autocorrects rather easily though. A lot of people think it hits on both sides because it's very hard to tell whether it autocorrected or not because it's basically symmetrical. Cancelable cross roundhouse. He missed his punish though. Poison's got basically everything you need to be a top tier character. The DPF ADC is nice. The Rekkas are moderately safe and give you like decent damage and confirmability and combo options. And the EX Rekka is really good too, although it's 4 hits of scaling. Free juggle state on DPF ADC for Poison. Pretty cool. Her Ultra 1 is good enough. It's like a projectile, so you can punish stuff that's pretty far away with it. And then it does okay damage, and you can F ADC into it from an invincible move. What else? The flip kick is not bad. It's probably the most underwhelming of her 4 special moves. Why wasn't she what? Why isn't she a top tier? She is a top tier. That was weird. You have to jump cancel the last hit, but he didn't need to jump at all. That might have been a failed light DP. More likely it was a deliberate stand short. But he could have just let the Rekkas rock. Oh, that move! I forgot about that. If she hits multiple kicks, she gets Vegas backflip. She's got one of Vegas backflips. Yeah, the cross up. Remember that shit? That's gonna work. Poison, almost no one really knew where to put Poison on their tier lists. No, Black Poison is not in 4. Most people didn't really know that much about Poison, although it became relatively common knowledge that Poison was probably a top tier by the end of Ultra. Seth is also probably top tier. Interesting. He only got 1 hit of the Crutch Fierce. Nice punish. Let's focus. Oh, the red! He really didn't spend Ultra. That was a relatively unscaled scenario. Now he's got no meter. Poison only needs 1 bar to land Ultra because she's got the EX Rekkas. She had a guaranteed chip out there. All she needed was that fireball to hit, true block string into like low forward, and then light Rekkas times 3. Would have chipped Seth out, and it was all true block string. Nice. Is there cross-up protection? I mean, how do you mean? You have to actually block cross-ups the right direction. Oh, that was weird. Yeah, it was that Poison was the newest character, tied for the newest character, and there weren't that many Poison players. She was usually considered to be like high tier, at least by everyone. Or like mid. People often put her like low, like right at the beginning. Like in the first like few weeks. And then it was like, you know what, this character's kind of good. Her game plan is very simple. She's probably the character that got unlocked the fastest of the new 5. Elena took a little while. Hugo took a little while. Hugo took a long time. DiCaprio took a fucking long time. Rolento got unlocked moderately quickly. Poison got unlocked really quickly. People bitched about her DP being bad. The thing about her hard DP is that it's really fucking slow. It's like the light one is like 4 and the medium one is 5, and then the heavy one is like 12 or something. It's very slow. But it has a really long invincibility. It's got like 13 or 14 frame invincibility. It's like something like that. But like, it's a good anti-air, but you just have to do it so early. But you can also just use the medium one. You always block away from the opponent, yeah. If you're not blocking away from Seth, wow, that's not a true box string in that range. Or maybe ever. Nice. This is famous for being a really shitty matchup. Oh, that's a bad drop. Oh my god, what a choke! That would have killed Seth. He hit Seth before Seth landed. He didn't mash out the hits because they would have whiffed. If you're getting that kind of DP at that angle. He did an early DP because it catches that. It catches Hawk Dive or no Hawk Dive. He doesn't have to react between them. But that means that if it's no Hawk Dive and he does that early DP like that, it can fall out no. It can hit at a weird angle. Nice. Oh, it was a good bait and he didn't get the punish. Sweep isn't very strong anyway. Sweep is only like 130. God, there's like no sweep even close to 130 in Street Fighter 5. Sweeps are like 100 tops in that game. And a lot of them are 90. That's a nice anti-air. Tiaka's like incapable of chasing any character. Nice. Tiak has really good results at low-level play, and then drops off like a fucking stone at mid-level play. He goes from being like one of the best characters in the game to one of the worst characters in the game as players improve. Sakura is probably high tier. It's hard to say. Her neutral is kind of bad. But then once she's in, her frame traps are some of the best in the game, and her damage is some of the best in the game. And she's very fast. Like, her walk speed is pretty good, and also she's got a bunch of like really quick normals for the range they cover. Stand short goes like a third screen. It's like a quarter screen. And starts in 3 frames. Ooh, the overhead. He could have just done meaty DP. The only way Sakura can get out of a meaty DP is by doing her own Wake Up EX DP. And even if... I think they don't interact with each other. I think Sakura just takes a lot longer to finish her DP. He also could have backed up and thrown a fireball. He had an easy chip out there they didn't take. Nice. Oh, what a shitty... It was a failed hard DP. It's a nice FADC. Focus attack dash. Okay. A lot of damage off of this. Let's go for the 2. Nice. Got the big shit. Powerful. Sakura's mix-up is not super solid. She's got like good walk speed in a throw, and that's it. She technically has an overhead, and it's not a bad overhead, but you know, an overhead just it doesn't really scare people into eating lows ever in any Street Fighter game. except maybe 3. Okay. There might be a sneaky reset here really soon. That was impeccable for Sakura. So you can block your way to safety and just get thrown. It's not that bad. Having like some of the highest meterless damage in the game is kind of a big deal. And also EX Tatsu is one of the best EX moves in the whole game. Launches on hit into decently powerful combo. Combos from most of her attacks. +4 on block. Like that entire move would break Street Fighter 5. They made it so you can only combo out of it in corners, and they made it -2, and it's still one of the best EX moves in 5. Imagine if all EX Tatsus in Street Fighter 5 led to V-Skill. That was a really bad jump. There was literally no reason Evil Ryu couldn't wake up with DP. Oh no! Like, even if she just empty jumped and backdashed immediately, she was going to get clipped by the second hit of that DP and it was going to kill her. And she couldn't block it. He saw that it was a safe jump and checked his swing. But, like, it was okay if she blocked the DP because she was dead. Oh, look at that! Jump strong, not causing a float state. It doesn't cross Tekken and it does in Street Fighter 5, but it doesn't in this game. I didn't used to like playing Sakura in this game at all, but now that I played Sakura like a decent amount in Street Fighter 5, kind of makes me like her a little more in this game. Probably still wouldn't like playing her though. She's such a Link monster. This will probably kill Evil Ryu health. Why is the pacing so much better in this game? Why is the pacing so bad in Street Fighter 5? Is it just V-triggers? Is it the way V-triggers work? I think it's the entire nature of V-triggers, just makes the pacing bad. The pacing's not perfect in this game either, that being said. Light Tatsu's like fucking 0 or whatever. And Sakura's got a shit ton of 3-frame normals. 4-frame normals. DJ does not have a 3-frame normal, I think. No, he might have... Crouch Jab might be 3-frame. I don't remember. I feel like most connects in Street Fighter 5 are meaningful connects. And in this game, most connects are incidental connects. So when you see a really beefy punish combo, you know, that doesn't happen very often. Like this kind of thing. But like most conversions are that in Street Fighter 5. I feel like what they did with light normals is really cool, but there's not enough reason to use light normals in Street Fighter 5 and the combo routes from them. It depends on the character. But like, you know, Kami low short, low jab into drill, just you don't see it that much. You don't really see people use that combo. You don't really see most people do the short crouch jab combos. So they're like weaker, and because of that you don't see them. And then a lot of characters have max damage combos starting from Stand Strong, which is also their most plus on block normal. I feel like what they should have done is have greater damage disparity and more combo starters in Street Fighter 5. That's what the game really could use. Is imagine if you had like 200 damage combos from lights, or like, you know, 150 or whatever, like pretty weak combos. That's already how it is. And then imagine if you had like 230 damage combos from like double medium links. Like if you did like stand strong, stand forward, or whatever your character has, low strong, stand forward, low strong, stand strong, whatever your character's particular combo is, and that ended up doing like you know, 230. And then imagine you could get like 300 if it was like close round, it was like Stan Rana starter or something like that. You know? Picture Ibuki, okay? Right now, it's like Ibuki literally gets like borderline max damage from fucking stand jab, which is a 3-frame normal. Oh, he was trying to dodge a DP, but Seth just wake up with the... Oh, he dropped the DP, or maybe he just chose not to do it. Could have been a safety thing, but it was going to chip out anyway, so it was always a good decision. Maybe Sakura is not a good I mean, maybe Ibuki's not a good example. Guile is a moderately good example of them actually doing what I'm describing. Guile has like moderately strong combos out of stand strong, and extremely strong combos out of stand fierce, and then like pretty weak combos out of lights. Guile is actually very well designed in that way. I feel like most of the Link starters to max damage combos should be off of unsafe normals. There are too many punish combos that are also confirmed combos. That's what's wrong with Street Fighter V. That's why the damage disparity. That's why it's just so-and-so number of actions into like kill. 3 combos and you're dead always. There aren't enough instances of... Like, look at Ryu, you know? Ryu Stand Strong literally starts some of his highest damage combos. Technically speaking, you can do towards Fierce to get a bit more damage, but it's really not that much more. Can't FAD something that whiffs. Ryu's best pressure normal literally leads to some of his strongest shit, you know? Akuma's not so bad. Tried to FADC that too, but it couldn't hit. Akuma's got Crouch Fierce, double stand roundhouse, and then low strong, and then his lights, and he uses all of them frequently. Akuma's moderately well designed in that way. But like there are a lot of characters where low strong is just their max damage starter. Like Colleen, I'm pretty sure, like low strong leads to most of her strongest combos. She might have a marginally, technically speaking, she can use stand roundhouse. Ken, low strong leads to most of his strongest combos. Old Zeku, or young Zeku, low strong leads to most of his strongest combos. It's like a really good number of characters. Look at that. EX Legs is so good in this game. Double backdash in the corner because that's the kind of character Chun-Li is in this game. The kind of character that makes that a good idea. Chun-Li's backdash is so stupid. It's really good. This whole sequence is a lot of stun. What's Ed's max damage? No, Ed's like a bad example too. Ed, everything starts with stand strong. Technically, low strong is a good button in neutral, but stand strong is too. Like, if you're trying to do walk-in pressure, stand strong is probably the button you're going to be using. And then if it happens to hit, it's like low forward into up punch. Or even low fierce into up kick. Urian has good disparity between his starters, but it's not... He can't land a lot of them apart from, like, stuns. How often do you really see a charge stand fierce land? Not very often. And charge stand roundhouse basically only lands if you're being covered and have like a really long Oki scenario. But at least that has the overhead going for it, so you can sneak it in. I've certainly been hit by a charge stand roundhouse because I didn't react to the overhead. Nice. He couldn't do 3 stomps there because he used up some juggle potential with that starter. Something got counter hit stand strong. I think you can link an ultra from that, but it's hard link. And you need charge. And you need to react to a counter hit. Chun-Li can't throw a fireball because she can get Ultra Wand. I don't know if that could get Ultra Wand. Seth might need to predict. Oh, nice. Grabbed her before she could get charged. There needs to be more damage disparity in combos. There needs to be more instances where you're trying to land things, not because they lead to such high damage, but just because they're good. I feel like the good is almost entirely based on damage in Street Fighter V. Or rather, the things that are good to land in neutral because they have lots of block stun are also good to land because they have high damage. Because they, you know, lead to link combos. Like, I want to make my opponent block low fierce as Akuma, just because it does lots of white damage and because it's got lots of plus frames. And then add in the fact that anytime I get a successful one, I can do like a stand forward. And it's just like, wow, I really want to mash low fierce. And then it's a crush counter too. I really just want to mash on that normal. And that one's pretty slow, so I don't even mash on it that much. But low strong, that times 2. Leads to strong-ass combos, plus 3 on block, so it's a 3-frame trap into itself. There's like no reason for me to hit other buttons. And Akuma has some of the best normals in the whole game. And they're still like outclassed by low strong. It's not like it's the only button I hit, but shit. It's real good. There needs to be fewer normals like that. There's too many catch-all normals in Street Fighter V. There's like way fewer normals because they removed the close and far normals, and they're still like, I don't know. There's still a decent number of either overly situational or outright useless normals. Honda normally sucks dick against characters who can punish from really far away. But Rolento can punish from really far away, but he can't do it. He can't do it in a way that's really strong. Like he can block like a headbutt and probably crouch jab Honda. I wouldn't be surprised if his crouch jab actually went that far. Maybe it won't. But I don't know if he can get much damage more than like a crouch jab, so he can probably ultra them. Probably ultra block headbutt. Honda's a bully. It's a nice outfit. I'll just get meter faster. The meter probably helps on it more. Oh, nice punish. I hate that still loses that hit. Her dive kicks still drop hits randomly after all this time. Juri is probably sleeper high tier in this game. She's had almost insignificant tournament success. Almost no one's done well with her over the lifespan of the game, considering how long she's been around. She does have a really, really good zoning game. She has a usable rushdown game, and she can swap between them depending on the matchup, which is a bigger deal in this game than it is in Street Fighter V. There aren't really dedicated zoning or rushdown characters in Street Fighter V. I mean, there are. It's more like it's all opportunity, though. It's more like Third Strike. It's more like rushdown. It's more like everyone becomes a rushdown character once the opportunity arises, which is very much like Third Strike and very much unlike Street Fighter 4 or 2. I really do feel like Street Fighter V takes a lot of the good stuff from Street Fighter 3, but then a lot of the bad stuff too. And then also takes some new bad stuff that Street Fighter 3 didn't have because it didn't have to worry about it because of the way the mechanics worked. Juri did win EVOS Japan. Ooh, the hitbox. It's real hard to beat Honda's headbutt clean. It's got a really good hitbox. It also does a lot of chip. It's like pretty minus though. And also it's kind of hard to combo too. He can combo it from close forward and low forward and that's it. Technically you can juggle into it, but that's not really a thing. So you basically got to use it raw. It was infiltration. And he didn't use Juri all the way through or anything. Yeah, most of the stupid stuff from Street Fighter 4 is gone. That's true. Yeah, it's Choo Choo and he's got a kissy face. Choo is the sound of a kiss in Japanese onomatopoeia. The thing is, in Street Fighter 3, I've said this before, he could have punished that with like a reversal EX pinwheel, I think that works. In Street Fighter 3, you can't have endless safe pressure of normals, because every single action has like inherent risk to it. You can't just do meaty low strong in Street Fighter 3 because someone could parry it. And there's a good chance that someone's going to parry it. Well, you can do it, you just can't do it every time. Universal Parry would probably help Street Fighter 5, but most characters' normals would need to be completely overhauled. They could not add it in right now. There's literally nothing wrong with Universal Parry. I don't know why everyone hates it. It certainly would invalidate existing parries. Didn't even think about that. A parry actually would remove a lot of the problems in Street Fighter 5. It would make it a lot less samey and safe. And it would raise the skill ceiling without really making the difficulty harder. Just guards to give V-meter? I'm kind of down with that. Kinda down with that. That actually sounds really fun. Then you wouldn't want to just make someone block normals all day. Because you'd give them an early V-trigger. And that would give another... There really needs to be another way of building V-meter. Or they just need to buff the fuck out of V-skulls. Either one. EX moves giving V-meter? So if you land an EX move, you get V-meter? That's kind of fun. I'm kind of down with that too. And that kind of guarantees that if people try and get V trigger early, that they can't use it to land a super. I feel like they are moving away from V triggers that set up supers, though. I shouldn't say moving away, but it's less prevalent. Nice. When I look at Gao's V-Trigger 2, it's kind of specific about how it sets up a super compared to his V-Trigger 1. If you look at Akuma V-Trigger 2, it doesn't set up a super at all from what I can tell. If you look at hold on, I had another character in my mind. A lot of characters, it would be difficult to add another V-reversal. A lot of characters have command overlap that was dodged with the V-reversal inputs. The reason Geef has towards plus kicks as his V-reversal option is so that he never gets a lariat while trying to V-reversal. the reason why a lot of charge characters have um, their buttons on, like, you know, the specific buttons they have, is so they don't get accidental V reversals. Weird. One of the problems with Alex is that his V reversal is towards plus kicks, which means he can accidentally get an EX, his most unsafe attack, from trying to V reversal. Back plus same 3 has, like, its own problems, but it would probably be better. It would definitely have more accidental V reverses. There's, like, no good way to do it, to be 100% honest. Interesting. That could have been like jump strong. It's kind of weird that he went with jump fierce. Gochi gochi. Nice. Up plus 3. That's interesting. Boxer has 2 charge back forward moves, so there's no way to remove the overlap. Even with only 1 V reversal. V reversals really should be another input, but I honestly can't tell what the fuck the input should be. A particular button combo while blocking, like a push block, would probably be the best way to do it. Like, imagine if it was just jab, strong, and short while blocking. Like the input for red focus while blocking. That's hard to do on accident. Not very often will you hit jab, strong, and short at the same time. Jab, strong, and forward. They could do it with any 3 buttons, because you can do 2 buttons with the EXs. The only times you hit 3 buttons are Lariat and Teleport. Short plus strong, that's an EX motion. That's how to activate Excel. Isn't it? No, it's guard break. That's how to activate guard break. Excel was same strength, punch plus kick. Guard break was different strength, punch plus kick. Remember Shoryuken F80C -5? Honda has a lot of 4-frame and 5-frame lights. That was a neutral jump into a dive kick. Neutral jumps, normally you can't do a dive kick from a neutral jump. But he did a stomp first, and stomp makes it so you can. That's probably going to kill. Nice. Power. A push block motion would be so much better for a V-reversal, now I'm thinking about it. If it was just any 3 buttons. That would fix a lot. I just changed my EX motions to fucking, you know, other stuff. They allow for, like, two punches or 2 kicks. They even allow for which 2 punches and 2 kicks, I think. Don't they? I don't remember. I think it's always light plus medium. Nah, I don't know, Malingo. Because, you can't really mash a V-reversal. Like, as soon as you mash it 1 time, you get it. It just comes out. Pad Warriors would cry, speaking as a Pad Warrior. If it was jab plus forward, I would deal. But a lot of people would get butt hurt. I feel like one of the main reasons I don't use V-reversals is because I hate hitting forward while blocking. It's also because I like doing V-trigger activate combos. Look at all that power. I'm really bad at recognizing when V-reversal is worth it. Intrinsically, I feel like V-reversal is never worth it when I go for it. But then I see other people V-reverse against me, or other people V-reverse against other people, and I see it work. And I never, like, I see to myself, I'm like, wow, that was a good idea. But I'm incapable of, like, translating that to my own game. I only do it when it's so obvious to do it that they can actually read it. Good reaction from Honda. This matchup's real stupid. I think Chun-Li wins it. Level 1 focus is plus for Chun-Li. Level 1 focus is still pretty risky, because the startup is still garbage. And there's very little armor on a level 1 focus. Like level 2, oh, that's gonna work, I think. Looking good. No, it didn't. Didn't cover the screen fast enough. That was smart. That was like a perfect wake up for Chun-Li. Throw the fireball meaty, and then the only way Honda can not die is EX butt slam, and then just EX bird kick the butt slam. That was like really intelligent. Alpha counters were expensive in Alpha 3. No one wants to spend part of their guard meter. People usually only alpha counter to avoid getting guard broken. And even then, a lot of people just like allow themselves to get guard broken. Even without the meter requirement. The meter requirement is really bad too. V-verses do a lot of things that most people don't really think about. Like, you can... If the opponent starts getting pressure, like a lot of the time, this is like one of the main things V-reversals do that I don't see people use V-reversals that much for, is if you're about to get a dizzy and you like almost dizzy them, and then they find, you know, you like do like walk up low strong and it's blocked, and you do like walk up, or I don't know, you do something minus trying to overextend, and then they start getting some block normals, and then they push you out, and then they like manage to recover their stun bar, and it's like if you V-reversaled one of their normals, you can't dizzy them like that. But you can freeze their stun bar and like make it your turn again. And that's good even if you're not about to get a stun. If it's your turn and then you like surrender your turn on a guess, and then V-reversal immediately and make it your turn again. Like if you're doing Guile, if you're playing Guile and you have an upside down kick, and you like you get like pressure going, right? You get them cornered, and then you do an upside down kick trying to catch them. This will kill, I think. You do an upside down kick trying to catch them, and they block it, and you're -2. And it's like, what if you just block literally anything they do, and then V-reversal, and then it's like you knock them over. It depends on what they do. You knock them over, you do like 60 damage, and it's still you. It's back to you. I mean, there's only like 6 characters in all of Street Fighter V with not shit V-reversals. I mean, with shit V-reversals. And honestly, even the ones that dodge, that's not a horrible idea. But even with like Chun-Li and Ken and Zangief, who have the really weak V-reversals, that's like actually a better idea for them, if anything, because they're faster. It's like the best idea for those 3. Of course they're good at endgame. If it's like you don't need to worry about getting your V-trigger because a V-trigger combo won't really be like any stronger, or you don't need the extra power or whatever. But it's really good to steal back your turn. You know, even if you block it, as long as Sim is making you block a Yoga Flame, he's getting out, you know? He's making space. He can start throwing some normals at you. He can maybe anti-air if you try and jump over the normals he's throwing at you. He can maybe teleport. I feel like V-reversal should never give you dash up. That was just a straight up mistake. That was stupid. They should reset neutral. Reset to neutral.
ちょっと遠かった。さあバイソン迫ってくる。バックジャンプ5番。投げが通る。さあヘッド裏回るが、さあ今度はしっかりとネクストどこに出てニアバイソンに立てで決勝進出ですね。88年一発目のランダムズの大会決勝トーナメント。
The other main reason to use V reversals is just for the damage, because they do 60 damage. I know it's fake damage, but you know. It's not so uncommon to V reversal someone and then catch that mix up where you do the extra 60 damage plus whatever you were gonna do with, you know, the fucking random normal that you landed. Or the throw or whatever. If that, like, 60 damage makes it so your throw will kill, then all of a sudden that V reversal becomes really amazing. If you're, like, outside the range where a throw will kill and then the V reversal puts you into it. That's a really good time to V reverse. Love that combo. Nemo combo. I'm actually really down with a Street Fighter game having custom combos again. We haven't had that in forever. I would be really, really happy with that. It's just EX and Alpha and CBS2, and people like it in all three of those games. So, like, what's the problem? Why is it not just a thing? Bring back custom combos. I don't know if I'd really go as far as to say people love it. People seem to like it in Alpha 2. People love it in EX. Alpha 3, it's kind of considered the thing that breaks the game, but also it's just kind of the way the game is played. It's, like, stupid, but it's fun. But it is very match deciding, like, every single match. Then, what else? CBS2. I don't know. Some people like A-Groove, some people don't like A-Groove. Really depends on the people. All they need to do with custom combos is make it so there's no mix-up component, or no neutral component. That's the thing they keep on fucking up. The only game that got that right was EX. And I guess Vampire Savior. Vampire Savior got it right. With the dark whatever, activate. In Vampire Savior, your Dark Soul or whatever, your Dark Activate. What is it? It's like fucking... I always forget what it is. Dark something. It has recovery when it ends, and that recovery can be at a really bad time, but you can end it whenever, so you usually, if it's not working out for you, you usually want to end it like as soon as you can. End it in some context where you know you're safe, so it won't just end automatically in a context where you don't know if you're safe. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. That is like really, really good. Dark Force, yeah. And then in EX, all of your attacks when you're in Excel are like insanely high pushback. So there's no, you know, basically you immediately push the opponent out. And then in Alpha and A-Groove and in Ganejin, your pressure just becomes stupid when you're in custom combo. You like get a million times stronger. And in Alpha and in A-Groove, it's cancelled immediately if you take damage. And with Ganejin, it's not, so that's kind of dumb. But, I don't know. If they did it like Vampire Savior, or if they did it like Street Fighter EX, it would be amazing. It would be a great mechanic. It would just be a high skill area, like a high skill ceiling area. Excel is really cool because it's really easy to put together an Excel combo, even as a beginner. It's just that you get high scaling. Excel is honestly one of the greatest Street Fighter mechanics ever. You can just do some really flashy shit. Remember Time Stone? Remember that Time Stone from that game that's not alive anymore? Time Stone was custom combos. God, fucking, I want Darkstalkers 4. That's what it all comes down to. V-Trigger is already V-Combo. I really hate to think that might be true. But that might be true. If they just gave Darkstalkers the Marvel treatment, the Marvel Infinite treatment, and made it for pennies. They just didn't have like a good style, and also an interesting roster. There's so many Darkstalkers characters we haven't even fucking seen in 3D, you know? Like we've only seen like Morgan, Felicia, Shenko, and like Jeddah. And maybe like Donovan in some game, I don't know. Most of them have never been 3D ever. Love that juggle. He had to do something wild like that. Oh my god, he had to do it again. I know, they'd have to make a bunch of new models. And I guess it would be important that the models looked good. Again? Normally it's instant hard knockdown, that sweep, but if it gets that anti-air hitbox, then it leads to a float state. And that float state is JP1, and he can juggle his ultra there. And you can do the slide while having the ultra motion, so. I would agree that Guilty Gear is an evolution of Darkstalkers. I want to see Capcom give it another go. I want to see them use the fairer parts of the Marvel vs. games, but still be a lot nuttier than, like, Street Fighter. That's what I want Darkstalkers to be. But, like, they made... all the Darkstalkers games are old as shit. I want to see how they do it now. I want to see the evolved, the final form of these mechanics. Love that combo. Capcom are usually really bad at first attempts of things, and usually really good at, like, fixing things up. I think that's pretty fair. Capcom is like the company of sequels. A lot of first releases are like the worst releases for Capcom series. I have no comment about DMC2.
大パンと。これ逃げて大パンと。
But for the most part, you know, like fucking a lot of games, one is weak, and then every remix, every sequel is like just one, but with better mechanics. That goes for all their fighting games for the most part. I think Season 2 was by and large better than 1. It stagnated, that's the problem. Is it like, removed keep away, and all that was left was rush down. Nice. No final hit. Final hit does a lot of damage, but in anti-air scenarios it won't always connect. I don't know about Monster Hunter games. I'm guessing Monster Hunter games are pretty much better as they go. A lot of people seem to think World is the best yet. I think people generally liked like Try and whatever. I am king. That's the little message said. His win quote. Mega Man X1 is probably the best Mega Man X game. Maybe X4. So that's kind of an exception. But Mega Man 1 is probably the worst Mega Man number game. Like basic Mega Man game. Classic Mega Man game, there we go. I think 9 and 10 are both pretty good. 9 is fantastic and 10 is pretty good. 8 is just fine. 7 is a little weak. 5 and 6 I like quite a lot. 4, 3, and 2 are all really strong. I liked X2 and X3 a lot, but I didn't like them as much as X1. I liked X4 more than X1. I liked X5 about the same amount as X2 and X3. And I skipped F6 and F7, I think. I think I played X7. I have X8. X8's good. Battle Network games. 1 is the worst one. ZX, I guess probably the first is better than the second. Maybe, I don't know. Fuck. That's what I hear people say. Mega Man 0. 1 is maybe the worst one. 2 and 3 are both really good. I didn't even touch 4. But 2 and 3 are really nice. I like both 2 and 3 better than 1. Baff rates Baff's predictions. Oh yeah. Watch this. Watch this way down the line.
A lot of people.
Whoa. Whoa. I don't wanna watch this. it's gonna hurt. DMC 3 and 4 are spectacular. I like them both more than DMC 1 and 2. What are some other Capcom series? I have no idea about Dead Rising. I have no idea about Lost Planet. I'm pretty sure Dead Rising 1 and Lost Planet 1 are the most famous of those series. Pretty sure people didn't really fuck around that much with the other games. Breath of Fire, for the most part, gets better as it goes. I think 2 is better than 1. I think 3 is better than 1 and 2. I think 4 is better than 1, 2, and 3. Dragon Quarter, I don't know. I can see why a lot of people wouldn't like it, but I like it. It's a very strange game. Plays by different roles. I've been meaning to play Lost Planet for a while. Is that a Muso? Did Capcom have a Muso? I don't know shit about that. I wouldn't be surprised if Capcom had a Muso. I remember Onimusha. Where's Capcom's SRPG? Do they have one? I'm like racking my brain. I wouldn't mind playing a Capcom SRPG. They've made every other genre. I played Asura's Wrath. It's a trip. I've never played Project Cross Zone. I had this weird feeling playing Asura's Wrath. I was like wondering to myself when the tutorial would end. And then I just realized that I had to be like halfway through the game. You know what I mean? I was waiting for the game to start for the whole game. It plays like a filler scene between like the base gameplay. You know what I mean? Like every single thing you do in that whole game plays like a mini game between the actual game. It's like, you know, like the combat, you know the fights? The like, you know how like in Injustice story mode or whatever? Between the actual... Injustice 1 story mode anyway. Between the fights there would be like, you know, little mini games. That's all fucking Asura's Wrath was. It's just non-stop that. Or like, you know, playing Resident Evil. The little cutscene, like, what do you call those? QuickTime events. This is a whole game of QuickTime events. It was a non-stop cutscene. It probably isn't that hard to make an SRPG. I kind of want to make one all of a sudden. Maybe it is harder than I think. I feel like I could make a good Advanced Wars ripoff. Advanced Wars looks so simple. I feel like I could take Advanced Wars and just change some things, change enough to make it a different game. Hard counters and soft counters. What's this? Jin? Ice Car? Carl Clover?
2018年となりました。だいぶ、あとの普通の大会は久々となります、ブレイブルー。12月はね、3-on-3 大会。
Is there literally any way that the storyline of BlazBlue could ever end that does not involve Ragna dying? Is there a man more dead than Ragna? In a way, Ragna's already died like twice. Damn. Actually died in the latest game.
ルは待ち受けて A さんがドリルをぐるぐるぐると
Name a single character with a harder life than Ragna.
カルルさあ、よしおき、ちょっと、だったら、状況が悪くない。あっと、中央に
Solid Sneak had a pretty hard life.
トスしてしまった。A さんもちょっと見てる。フォアがギャン、仮に詰めて、投げを取った。パスを。今度は抜ける。9対9。またプロブルが。まずさんが2-0でまず勝利。こと喋るのがめちゃくちゃ久々な気がするので。
Hakumen.
何話してたっけなっていう感じになるんですけど。
Hakumen's my favorite.
3-4-3をね、さっきさんが来てくれたりと。マイクはね、他の人に渡してました。
Hakumen's like a real samurai. Yeah, cut it.
さあ、出てくるのは後藤白面。立ち上がり。ここはオーバードライブ投げから
I like early activate, early overdrive from Hakumen. You get so much meter to work with. It's wild.
ジャンプジャブと
You can just be a nut for a little while.
ところ。さあ、
Hakumen is like Jin from an alternate future, maybe.
逆に端に追い詰めて。
Has he ever taken off his mask in any of the games? Does he look exactly like Jin? Or does he have like fucking Jin but with like a beard?
最後まで殺し切って後藤
Jin but with a 70s mustache. Just overdrive, just do it. If the opponent's overdrived, can you not overdrive? Never mind, it just happened. I've like never wondered about that before. You just use the attack immediately.
体力は大幅リード。寄っていく寄っていく。自分から殺していく。後藤白面2-0勝利ですね。では、後藤さんとセッター番組みたいなのは
I know that there's literally only been one picture of Taokaka with her hood down. And it's like a random piece of concept art in one of the games. And it's just like her and Bang at like a bath.
いや、違いますね。後藤さん
Not even a bath, like a, what do you call it? Like an outside, like a bathing in a river.
がそんな第2リーグ最終戦オーバードライブ投げ。
I love Bang so much. Bang is like my favorite character in this game, personality-wise. He's perfect. In that one picture of Taokaka from behind, she's got blonde hair and she does have cat ears. I don't remember if it was actually just a river or it was an onsen. Straw blonde hair and cat ears. I mean, we knew that she would have cat ears, but we got to see them. And it's actually really hard to find that one picture. It's not posted around that much. For being the one scene she's ever been unhooded. Even in universe, characters wonder what the hell she actually looks like. Can't tell if she's wearing a mask or not. It seems to be no. It seems to be that she is not wearing a mask. Hakumen's is my favorite character from a gameplay standpoint, but Bang's my favorite character from like a lore slash personality standpoint. Bang looks like Bang looks a little like Mitsurugi from Soul Calibur. Bullet is the most fuckable character in the game for me. The dude with the big nail. Saying a male character in this game is Bara doesn't help at all, because like half of the male cast is Bara. This game actually has some extremely good Bara characters if you're into Bara. There's like a lot of Bara bait in this game. Falconhane's Bara as fuck. This guy Azrael is Bara as fuck. He's like advanced Bara. Who else? Bang is extremely Bara. What do you think? Ragnar and Jin are much more Bishonen. I guess Tager is Bara in a way. That cross-up was cool. But he dodged it with the overdrive activate. Is Sasano Unga? When I like learned how Sasano worked with his fucking unlocking his special moves, he seemed like a 200 IQ character to me. He seemed like a character that like a player could not unlock. Oh, it's Lambda or whatever. I think this one's Lambda. I always forget which one's which. Lambda and New are like almost the same character. One of them's Yandere. Or maybe they're both Yandere, I don't remember. I don't know Lambda's personality at all. I think New is the Yandere one. That dash is so weird. Azrael's dash. That looked like a punish. Amane is best girl in this whole game. Look at all those traps, though. Puts it straight back on. Dude, anime zoning characters are wild. When I saw how Mew worked and how Lambda worked, I was like, holy shit. Back in, I don't know, Continuum Shift? I don't remember. I don't remember when Mew came out. Was Mew there since the beginning? Anime zoning. I think that's an overhead. Also launches. Yes, this is my favorite combo in the whole game. Her drive combos on airborne opponents are so cool. It's not hard, I can do it. It's just cool. I like it because it's cool. I don't know if I'd really call set play a gameplay style. I feel like set play can be rushdown or set play can be zoning. That was cool. That was only like 3k damage. Most combos in this game don't seem to hit more than about 4k. That's like upper end. That's like with a good connect. Most shit just seems to stop at like 2. And maybe like the really strong stuff seems to stop at like 3. But like if you get like some kind of magical connect, it gets so high. It depends on the character too. Some characters get connects easier than others and they're weaker. Or like it depends on like what resources they have. Like in trap with or with traps as Azrael, or like in what's that mode called? Curse as the fucking bug guy, Arachne, or like Bullet with her supercharged combos or whatever. If the characters have the resource, and they usually have like strong as fuck combos, like 5k, 6k, or even higher. And then if you get like literally magical training mode combos, there are like stuff going up to 10k even. I know Hakumen has some touch of kill combos on high health characters. Hakumen can literally put together a combo that can kill any character in the game. Air throw. All throw combos seem to do approximately the same damage. Well, that parry. This game does a good job with resources built and then damage dealt, from what I can tell. Resources that are harder to get lead to much stronger combos, much better opportunities. Resources that are easier to get. What's that bitch? Easy Yoi. The way her resources work is pretty cool. Most of the characters in this game are setup characters, it feels. I don't know about Hakumen. His basically just works the same way that the super meter works in other fighting games, albeit with time. But he definitely gets really good returns for having a lot of meter. I like Tsubaki a lot. I like the way her book works. Damn the P.
これで取り返していく。お互いボールを出すポテンシャルあるものの体力を大幅にリードされるとちょっと辛いと。
Those jabs. Rakenhain's damage looks really low to me, from what I can tell. His combos are really cool though, and his neutral seems really good. But his damage looks trashed here. It's really hard putting together a strong combo from what I can tell, without dog mode. And in dog mode his damage is just shit. I don't know if it's shit per se. Well, his damage is shit, but I don't know to what degree he can really put a combo together. The combos might be a lot longer than I realize. I'd watch that movie. That farter. Valk's neutral looks really good though. Yeah, he's got like instant overheads, right? In dog form. Like good instant overheads. I can't even wrap my mind around Carl. I can't play Carl for shit. I have this game and I training mode it every now and then just to fool around. Carl is so hard. He's supposed to be easier for pad players too. Carl's like an actual 200 IQ character. Trying to control where you are. Trying to control where fucking the Nesson is. I don't remember her name. Trying to control where I don't know, trying to use 3 buttons to control one character and 1 button to control another character. And all that negative edge stuff too. Trying to manage her fucking health bar. Plus your super meter. Oh, using her push box.
いいでしょうか。通って攻めを続けていくのはカレル。バーストまだ生きている。最後は垂直からラズさんの勝利ですね。
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
さあ、3決勝になります。ナンピガーが元の攻め、ナンピガーが決勝になります。さあ、オーバードライブ投げを使ったんですが、サウナがスーッと避けましたね。ここは確定っぽい。
I mean, I think ice climbers are cancer. Well, that's a game where you can. That's a character where you control two characters at once. They're quite creative anyway. I did not hear about any dank Mario Kart tournaments. Give me the quick rundown. Imagine a Blast Blue got an Xrd with some different mechanics and some semi 3D. Mario Kart tournament.
Rebel 3. Action.
'What the fuck? That sounds nasty, Donut. That's so stupid. Oh my god, disgusting.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1.
First to one can be pretty fun. It's tense. Didn't your opponent also have lightning applied to them? If it was CPU lightning? Or like did a CPU win and that elimed you? You lived because you didn't beat the CPU.
やはり刹那の
Action.
通りの駆け引きの速さ。
Good lord.
どう展開していくか。しっかり落としている。さあ返していく。
There can only be one anime game. What was the prize of this Mario Kart tournament? Was there anything? Was it glory?
最後はラピットからのさあということで
Oh, it ended.
負けるまではですね敗退
I'll watch this
となり
later.
ますので
I'm gonna, I might actually do the Urian videos. I'm kind of feeling okay. I might just start that. And if I'm gonna start that, then I should probably stop streaming now. But, you know, I should get back to my job. I've got a couple days off in a row still. I guess technically I should be having a bath cup today, but to be 100% honest, I just don't feel like it. But I should, like, get back on that. I should make some videos, catch up. I mean, I only have, like, 7 more, and then I'm done, so... I'm gonna go. But I want to hear the prizes, so still post. But I'll probably be streaming later, maybe, I don't know. Don't actually know. Might not.